Brianna Turner taking offense to the league's potential decision to wear USA 250 patches during All-Star Weekend in late July, saying on X, quote, "Whoever called for the WNBA All-Star uniforms to have the USA 250 patch should have thought that through, considering no WNBA players would have been free 250 years ago."
Y'all always gotta be a victim, and y'all always gotta bite the hand that feeds you. We live in the greatest country on planet Earth. You go show me where somebody doing it like we doing it over here, and I will pay for you to live there your first year. I want to tell you guys about the 250 merch. Make sure you go to tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. I got a couple shirts I want to show you. Happy birthday to the United States of America, 250th birthday. This is our best seller right here, the one I got, which is pretty cool. 250, got the eagle on there, got the stamp. You cannot get this with this quality anywhere else. I'm just letting you know. Everybody that shop on our store, you know what it is. We got 30,000 reviews, 5-star reviews, and almost 200,000 customers. So it's a legitimate store. They got legitimate merch. Get you some of the merch today, tatumstore.com. Dummy of the day is this basketball player. Y'all can't even dunk. And I didn't watch highlight tapes of women's basketball. And Sophie Cunningham and what's her name? Caitlin Clark are the only women I watch. The rest of them, I don't know. I seen y'all missing layups and stuff. I'm like, this is Dunbar High School in 05 would have 03 would have swept every WNBA team. I think so. But Sophie Cunningham is my girl, and Caitlin Clark is my girl. I like them. I like Sophie the best. She the coolest. Caitlin Clark, she a baller. I see her hitting threes from half court, easy. So shout out to them. But these ones, dressing like they daddy and stuff, coming to the game, averaging 4 points a game. Girl, you better shut up and don't make a comment about nothing. That's like a dude playing on a practice squad trying to be the face of the NFL. Bro, you're not even on the team. You ain't scoring points or nothing. You're the quarterback on the practice squad. Can't even throw a touchdown in practice. And you want to talk about, all right, roll the clip. This is what she got to say. Roll it.
Taking offense to the league's potential decision to wear USA 250 patches during All-Star Weekend in late July, saying on X, quote, "Whoever called for the WNBA All-Star uniforms to have the USA 250 patch should have thought that through, considering no WNBA players would have been free 250 years ago. The majority wouldn't even have their freedom 100 years ago." The WNBA responding, saying, quote, "Like other major sports leagues, we are exploring how best to commemorate the country's 250th anniversary. Nothing has been finalized at this time." Those are your headlines, guys. Back over to you.
Another reason not to watch the WNBA.
So I was looking at her points per game. Apparently it's 4 points per game.
Like, she's not going to be in the All-Star game?
I mean, like you should be worried about your state of play. I'm not sure this is a voice that speaks for the entire league.
Also, it's our history. And, women couldn't vote 200 years ago. So should I just not celebrate America 250?
Absolutely not.
All right, yeah. Let me jump in here real quick. I got a couple minutes left for the show. Lord, have mercy on these people. I don't know how you can be this silly. For you to say, I don't know why y'all want to celebrate 250 years. Women couldn't even vote. Hey, there was no WNBA either. So what are you saying? And then you got to think about it. Well, white people couldn't vote either. If you did not own property, you were not eligible to vote. Way back in the day when the country was founded. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? What history? But y'all always got to be a victim. And y'all always got to bite the hand that feeds you. We live in the greatest country on planet Earth. You go show me where somebody doing it like we doing it over here, and I will pay for you to live there your first year. I'll get you an apartment and everything. You ain't never going to go nowhere like America. Never, ever, ever. You sorry son of a gun. I'm sick of y'all playing the victim. This is the greatest country on earth. The reason you free stupid is because of this country. Somebody had to die for this stuff. Oh, man, I'm not going to work for Amazon because Amazon 100 years ago didn't do that, but Amazon take care of you today. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You wasn't alive 250 years ago. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You reaping the benefits of people before you who struggled. What are you talking about? And to be honest, let me not say that. Y'all, ain't nobody watching y'all anyway. You ain't even playing, girl. You averaging 4 points a game. I get a WNBA right now and average more than 4 points a game. Come on, I put that my whole career on that. I get in there and average 4 and 4. Y'all just be throwing it up anyway, throwing up prayers, hoping to go in the written and go. Only Caitlin Clark is the one hitting them with precision. Anyway, I get mad, y'all. Don't blame me, man. I love my country, man. I love America. I understand the sacrifices that have been made in this country so we can get to this point. It ain't always, nothing starts perfect, but it's the striving to perfection is what I love about this country. And we have accomplished dang near perfection. There's nowhere in the world with the diversity we have in America. There's nowhere in the world you can come over here with a penny in your pocket and become a multi-billionaire. There's nowhere in the world where you get to do and say and be free to have commentary and be online being stupid and hate your country. There ain't nowhere in the world you can do that and still have the benefits that you have in the United States of America. And it's always these ignorant Negroes that always got a problem. Learn your history, you stewhead. This country has been great to black people. It started out rough. I get it. But them people didn't get beat for nothing. Did they get beat for nothing? Some of our ancestors got beat. Some of our ancestors were doing the beating. Learn your history. I took Africana Studies in college. That's a study of African history and African American history. Black people owned slaves. What are you saying? The first legal slave owner in the United States, in the world, in the history of this country, was a black man named Anthony Johnson. What are y'all stupid? Hundreds of black people own black slaves. Are y'all stupid? Do your research, bruh. Yeah, black people had it harder. Black people were enslaved more because it was cheap labor. That's the reason why they went to the continent of Africa. Do you know who gave the white folk these black people did? You were a slave in Africa first. Your own people put you in chains and sold you to the white man, knowing that half of y'all wasn't gonna make it across the ocean. They didn't give a about you. They sold y'all for goods and firearms, all kind of stuff. Gunpowder. They sold y'all Negroes off to and knew y'all were dying. They don't care. I don't understand, man. I'm finna shut up in a minute because I gotta go. I don't understand how people still talking that stupid stuff about America. And y'all just lying every step of the way. Yeah, it wasn't always easy for black people. It wasn't always easy for white people either. Y'all acting like the plantation was a whole bunch of white people kumbayaing with the Negroes out there getting beat in the street. No, white people were poor and struggling. You had to have money to have a slave. You had to have money to have plantation slaves. You had to have money to have a slave in your house. It's no different than today. How many people got cattle? How many people got 100 heads of cattle out of the farm somewhere? You got to have money to have all that cattle. How many of y'all got a person working in your house? You got to have money to have somebody cleaning your dishes and doing all that stuff. You can't. The average person ain't living like that. It's the same thing that happened in slavery. The average person can go auction for a human being. I'm not saying it was right or not. What I'm saying is that the average person, that wasn't the experience of most people who lived during that time. Most of these white people had to work. They had to go pick cotton. They had to pick their crops. Most of them didn't have nothing to do with slavery. It's like 6% or less of white people in the South owned slaves. The rest of the people had nothing to do with it. There was no slavery in the North. But yet we still, I want to say the B word, we still being and complaining. We still complaining about this stuff, man. Get your head out of your rear end. God, they talking about working for the white. Yo, coach white. Quit the team then. Quit the team. Since the white man's so bad to you in this country, go quit your team. Yo, coach white and the owner of the team white. And all your players in your team white. Let me say this, y'all, and I'm going to shut up. This the part that bothers me the most, man. When I played football, and I went to the University of Arizona, because when I went to Dunbar High School, it was all black. There were no white people. It was a couple white coaches. But the team would... I went to university, white folks, white teammates. I loved and respected my teammates like I did anybody else. There was no difference between us. And it made me mad for black people to walk around and think they better than they white teammates. Neither one of us was alive during slavery and oppression and Jim Crow. Why y'all got to keep pushing that on these people? White people ain't got nothing to do. White people today ain't got nothing to do with slavery. Why y'all putting it on these people? That's like if your mom and them or your great uncle was a serial killer and people putting that on you. You're like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I wasn't even alive when that dude was doing that. Your cousin then went to prison. So you should be judged. Nah, I ain't judged on that. I ain't had nothing to do with that. Anyway.